Every place calls me, at church, every place calls me Grandma Reba. And so anyway, I'm Reba Gibbers, and I'm 87 years old. My folks came out to Washington, and my dad got a job at Jim Wade Orchards in Okanagan, and so we stayed with Grandma and Grandpa for 4 months. We came out to Washington with Grandma and Grandpa on the train. My dad heard that Martha Gamble needed a welder in her shop, and in Arkansas he was a welder at a sawmill, and so he came down and applied for the job, and she hired him. We moved down to Brewster that day. John Gibbers was down there, Martha's husband, and he had all these beds, and my mother came out and she looked at him and she said, "Well, I wouldn't put my kids on those old beds." And so he came out to the office and told Martha, and they went up to Webster Furniture and bought all brand new beds for our house. Martha was very good to us. The way I met Danny, my brother Joe came running into the house one day. My mother was sewing in the front room, and he got behind her knees at the sewing machine. It was a pedal sewing machine, and pretty soon this knock came at the door. And I went to the door, and this teenage kid was at the door, and he said, "Is your old lady here?" And I said, "Who, my mom?" And I took him into the front room where Mama was sewing, and Joe had hid behind her knees, and he came in and he said, "That kid of yours," talking about my brother Joe, "dang near killed me. He hit me in the head with a rock." My brother got out from the sewing machine, Joe, and looked up and he said, "Yeah, and you and old Ed Perso tried to drown me in the Columbia River." And so that's how that all happened. We got married in 1950, and this is the first place we married, and we lived here for 10 years. We had 6 children, and those 6 had 20 grandchildren, and those 20 grandchildren have had 42 great-grandchildren. Everybody's been really good to me over the years.